If you feel the heat of the sun, quantity is already the limit, then you are wrong. This means you haven't seen real cosmic heat yet. The surface temperature of the sun is about 5,000 degrees across the universe. It's just a little bit of an open flame. Even the long atomic bombing of the temperature of the once exceeded the surface temperature of the sun. Speaking of the highest temperature in the universe, 1.4 times 1032 change degrees. The metaphor. If you can earn 1,000 trillion to earn such a large sun, it takes 388 trillion far longer than the entire time of the universe. Now put your phone away, because the temperature you see next is too high for atoms to survive. Such as the attacking disk, it's such a hot purgatory. The black hole itself is invisible because its attractive force is stronger than the speed of light. Discover its existence. The answer is the suction tray next to stellar debris. Gas, dust is madly dragged under the attractive force of the black hole. Right in. It was spinning faster. The more you squeeze, eventually forming a huge ring of fire. This is the suction plate. Scientists use this thing, discovered the existence of black holes. So how scary is he? You can put the substance inside as a racing car on the freeway, hurtling at nearly the speed of light. It keeps rubbing and bumping. The result is that the temperature, even 1 billion degrees, directly test matter as plasma. Atomic nuclei and electrons. Black holes don't emit light, but the suction pan shines like a cosmic searchlight. The intense X-rays and gamma rays, even brighter than the entire galaxy. And it's even more explosive. Substances that are not swallowed under the action of magnetic fields was thrown into 2 straight jets, ejected from the poles of directly to tens of thousands of light years away. I had a lot to do with his squirting. Many heavy elements in the universe, like gold, iron, are all synthesized in such extreme heat, and it spreads out in jet streams. It became the raw material for later planets. In other words, the iron in your body probably came from a black hole in the surrounding suction tray, or a supernova explosion. When the life of a star comes to an end, the most stunning way to just gain enough supernova explosions to light up the entire universe. The core fuel of a massive internal fusion stall. Attractive force can no longer withstand the pressure instantaneously. The outer material is under a huge rebound blown. Temperature soared to the power of 10. That's 1 billion degrees Celsius. The energy he has released over the past few years, the sum of all solar radiation in 10 this extreme heat and pressure, can put hydrogen step by step to refine into heavy gold and silver foil in fascist metals. They are all synthesized in the combustion gold ring necklace in your hand. It may be produced by the high temperatures, and supernova explosions don't just create. It also accelerates matter to 1/10 the speed of light. Interstellar space. New gas clouds will be affected by these shocks, breeding new stars and planets. That is to say, the Earth and even us most humans. Likely after a star explodes. Condensed. Supernova explosions are not the end of the rebirth. There is an even more terrifying high like a head-on collision of two neutron stars are the debris stars left after the explosion. The diameter is generally no more than its mass is heavier than the sun. In other words, spoonful of neutronic matter weighs more than the entire Mount Everest. When two such planetary debris are under the attractive force, they circle around each other, spinning like crazy. At nearly 1/3 finally collide. Speed of light. Moment of collision. Temperature directly breaks 10, 12 degrees. That's Celsius. Over 100 billion degrees. And it's hot enough to rip an atomic nucleus. Matter is crushed into its most lethal state. They unleash waves of attractive force. 2017. The first attractive force wave detector. I heard the sound of two neutron stars. In that moment, the scientific community, because this is the first cosmic phenomenon heard with the ears. Next up is one of the hottest planets known to man. Exoplanet Kel-T-Bar 9b. It's a superhot Jupiter. The surface temperature can soar to about 4,000. It has approached the surface temperature of many stars. It goes around hot blue-white stars between B 9.5 Kel-T-Bar 9 is flying at close range. Lap in 1.4. It's literally baked in orbit around the stars. The star itself is about 10,170 and that's why the planet is so hot. Extreme ultraviolet radiation, the Kel-T-Bar about 700 times higher than the famous hot Jupiter wasp. Baked like this for a heat is either steamed to the core of the or simply as the host star expands and swallowed in one bite. The high temperature during the day and at night, the molecules put themselves back together. Metal atoms floating in the atmosphere. The outer layer continues to evaporate. It's not just the title of the hottest. We study extreme atmospheric chemistry, living teaching material vaporization. This next planet is beyond the description of hell. It's called the a super short period super Earth. About 8 Earth masses in size, close to the parent finish star. A lap in less than 18 hours. It's basically tidal one side forever eternal night, because he is almost glued to the face of the star. The James Cail telescope His daylight temperature is about 1,500. It's not thermostatic. The brightness will go up and down. That is to say, this planet might actually have an atmosphere. If he only talks naked, the noodles will be baked higher during the day. Leaves will be colder. But now the observed temperature is not that means that the wind blows the heat from the sun to the leaves. In the early years, the relationship between chemical composition might be full of planetary mass. Subsequent, more rigorous observations significantly diminishes the possibility that he is a diamond planet. Let me ask you a question. If you set the sun to the heart, what will he become? And the answer is white dwarf. He is small. The weight density is compressed to the extreme. It's about the radius of the Earth, close to half the mass of the sun. 1 cubic centimeter surface gravity is about 100,000 Lift your feet on it. It's like having a mountain on your body. White dwarfs are supported by electron alkali. Electrons are squeezed to the point when there is almost no surface up to 100,000 After that, it will only slowly dissipate to a certain extent. The carbon-oxygen core, like a bird, begins to gradually solidified cosmic diamonds. As for becoming a black dwarf, that will have to wait a year later. The universe is not quite there yet. White dwarfs no longer burn fuel, but it still glows hot. In the spectrum of some white dwarfs, heavy element pollution, such as iron, stands to reason that these elements, since we have seen, it just means this guy is eating planet surrounding asteroids and comets are torn formation apart by of chun-ring fall into his mouth again. But all the above high temperature in the face of the true heat of the universe, an appetizer. That was the Big Bang. Time to go back 13.8 the moment the universe was born. Temperature is pulled directly to the limits that physics can describe. It's about 1.4 times 10 to the 32nd This number is completely beyond human imagination. For a more down-to-earth metaphor, if you can earn 1,000 trillion to earn such a large sum, it takes 388 far longer than the entire time of the universe. Sounds bad, but don't forget the carbon in your fingertips, iron in the blood, even the gold in your jewelry. It's all in these heat, smelted in purgatory. In other words, we are all those who have lit up the universe, the gift left by the flame that burns everything. Don't forget, we are all survivors of the burning of the universe. It is the lucky one who has solidified in the heat of billions of degrees.